Playing away, Natalie's faced with temptation. Comedy Round of the Crouches at 10:35. Right now, BBC One's playing this game.
A magnificent setting, two great teams. What drama here? And Seaman, what a magnificent save! Not good. Tuffers got him. Away! Oh dear. And look at that! And here comes Hurst. He's got some people on the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now.
Hello and welcome to They Think It's All Over. With David and Rory this week is an international standard polo player, model and talented amateur golfer who's a big fan of Colin Montgomery. And he likes her too, as whenever they sit next to each other at charity dinners, he gets her chips. It's Jodie Kidd. With Phil and Jonathan this week is a TV and sports presenter who said if she had to compare herself to a footballer, it would be Roy Keane because she's passionate, fiery and ambitious. And she once waited 3 years to break Alf Inge Haaland's leg. Kirsty Gallacher. We kick off the show with a handbags question. David, Rory and Jodie, take a look at this. Here's one-time England skipper and fading Wolves hardman, the self-styled governor, Paul Ince. And here's former Liverpool defender and would-be chuckle brother, Mark Lawrenson. But David's team, what has Lawro done that's so upset the Wolves captain?
Right, well, Lawro was famous for having a moustache, and then one day it suddenly disappeared.
Oh, we all know where that went then.
It's all right. It's still there. Actually, it was very similar. They're both sort of gay moustaches, aren't they?
You'd like to know, wouldn't you?
Obviously, it's fantastic to have two such fantastically beautiful women on the show. I mean, stunning.
Oh.
Absolutely. I mean, you're very different looking.
My head is
both.
blowing.
You know, it's very irresponsible of you, Nick, to have such beautiful women on the show when we all know the precarious situation that Phil's in right now. It'd be like knowing you're on a diet and taking you for a tour of a pie factory.
You're our first polo player, I think. We had polo player.
I don't think so, no.
That's an upper class game. It's really upper class game, isn't it?
Is it? Is that what you think it is?
Did you take it up to get out of the ghetto? Or
No, I don't take it up to get out of the ghetto.
But it is. It's one of those upper class pastimes like beagling and incest, isn't it?
Oh, God.
Yeah, but all the men have sort of very posh names like Hugo and St. John, don't they?
No, you don't.
What's your boyfriend plays?
Yeah, he plays.
What's he called?
Tiggs.
Does he like bouncing?
But what's his real name?
Tarquin.
His real name's Tarquin.
Tarquin?
Nice name, Tarquin, yeah.
Yeah, but I bet he hasn't lost touch with the streets. I bet to his friends he's still Tarquin from the block.
Do they have a fantasy polo team, like a fantasy football team?
No. No, they don't.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because Jodie been your fantasy polo team, wouldn't she?
Very easily.
David will be in my fantasy polo team as a horse. Look at him, he's half man, half horse, like a centaur.
Actually, I was thinking about your ponies. This only just occurred to me, but it's children in need soon. I was thinking, you know, have it cut off for charity.
Yeah, keep
what do you think, everybody?
Yeah.
What a lovely gesture.
You've got no chance.
Oh, never mind, let the children die, eh, David? So, Wolves and Mark Lawrenson there.
So slightly sidetracked.
You play with him, haven't you?
He's a good player.
But he has irritating habits, doesn't he? He never puts his shirt on until he's on the pitch, does he?
Yeah, that's right, you know.
That's
He just likes to show his muscles and, you know, the muscles he hasn't got.
And he doesn't like penalties. He won't watch penalties. He shits himself in at penalties. Well, a bit like yourself.
Hey, I'm not too bad at that.
No, yeah, to be
What's
fair.
this about you with penalties, by the way?
What, not watching penalties?
Yeah.
No, I won't watch penalties.
Why?
I don't like them. They're not
What,
proper football,
you go
are
out
they?
the room?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I left Wembley in Euro 96 semi-final. I left
come back in?
Saint Etienne before the penalties. Yeah.
Is there any chance of you staying? We might get through him.
Yeah, you might do.
It's a punditry thing, isn't it? Because Lawro is a pundit for the BBC, and he's obviously said something about Wolves or Ince, which the governor has taken the wrong way.
Yeah. The correct answer for 3 points. Well done. It all goes back to a comment that Mark Lawrenson made last week on Radio 5 Live. In a preview of the game between Bolton and Wolves, he cracked his favourite joke. What time do Wolves kick off? Every 10 minutes. Paul Ince wasn't taking it lying down. Wolves forced a 1-1 draw, and at the press conference after the game, he said, Mark Lawrenson is a prick, and you can put that in your paper. Wolves, of course, beat Man City on Saturday. It was the first goal Wolves had scored at home in the top flight since 1984. Even as the ball sailed past him, David was still hoping that the cobwebs would keep it out. Wolves are currently up for sale for £1. Roman Abramovich offered to buy them, but only because he wanted £4 change to buy Leeds. Phil, Jonathan and Kirsty, it's a golfing excuse for you. Here's big South African Ernie Else winning the Open in 2002. And here he is making a dismal defence of his title at Sandwich this summer. But as you might expect, he had a good reason for failing. So what was his excuse, Phil's team?
What was it like growing up in a golfing family? Because you must have known all the top golfers, I guess.
Yeah, good, yeah, fine.
I mean, she's known Nick Faldo for ages. She's known him for like at least 5 or 6 wives, hasn't she? I always get his wives mixed up. The first one he divorced, the second one, was it the second one he beheaded? But you play golf, don't you, as well?
I can play, I don't play enough.
Yeah, lady golfing is quite a popular sport now.
Yeah,
It's quite a popular part. It's taken quite seriously.
Golfers, yeah. And Sorensen and...
Is she, I've seen her, she's quite a sturdily built woman.
No.
Is it true they're all lesbians? Is that the other
No, they're not all lesbians.
Is it true they're all lesbians, women? No, that's just what they tell you, mate.
Do you play golf?
Occasionally, I have a little whack round.
Yeah. What about golf, though? Ernie Else. What a silly name.
Was it
Else.
the weather conditions?
Yeah, it was weather conditions in conjunction with something else.
Weather conditions and the grass was too long.
No. It was windy, and it especially affected him because...
He was too tall.
He was too tall. 3 points. Thank you very much. Yes. In fact, Ernie Else had 2 excuses to call on. The winds were gusting, and it doesn't help when you're 6'3". So it was too windy, and he was too tall. This year's Open was, of course, won by Ben Curtis, a 500-to-1 outsider. It's the longest shot in sport, apart from the one that beat David in the World Cup. Colin Montgomery was going well at this year's Open until he had a big slice at the 3rd, followed by a sticky bun and a Scotch egg at the 4th. And at the end of that round, Phil's team have 3 points and David's team have 3 points. Round 2 is our David Beckham challenge, so fingers on the buzzers. There's a point for every starter question you get right, and each one wins you some bonus questions. OK, here we go. In a recent Posh and Beck's photo session, one of them bends submissively over a table, pouting and wearing only hot pants and a trilby hat. Him or her? Who's that?
I wish it would be him, but I reckon it's the old twiglet, Posh.
You are absolutely correct.
You do look like a maypole today. It's very nice.
Yeah.
I thought deck chair was more than
Yeah, a deck chair vibe or an ice cream salesman. Or an overdressed Ponce. Not that I know anything about that.
What a strong position you were in there.
What's that, Bay City bondage?
Any more from you, I won't give you a sugar lump stuff.
OK, here are your bonus questions. David Beckham got into trouble when he was photographed at the Dragon Eye nightclub in Hong Kong holding what?
Holding a debate with Stephen Hawking on the real nature of time.
That's not what I've got here.
Chopstick?
No.
Turned out to be Posh?
Do you know Posh?
I don't know.
Oh, right. I just wondered if people who know her do call... Do you know Posh?
No.
Yeah. Do you call her Posh?
No.
Oh, right,
What
good.
do you call her?
Victoria.
Really?
Funny, that.
I've met her once. She seemed quite nice when I met her.
Really?
I met her mum. Her mum's scary, though, isn't she?
Yeah, I haven't met
Her mum's scary?
Her mum's scary.
Come on, David Beckham got into trouble holding what?
Holding a lady.
Seance.
Holding a beer.
Seance?
Holding an accordion.
Holding a beer, yes. Holding a Heineken, well done. What did former Atomic Kitten Kerry Katona recommend David Beckham do with his wife?
Fatten her up.
Give her a good meal. Good roast. Oh.
Here's a money-saving tip for Victoria when you're next here. Tell her to save money. Instead of flying back and forth over to Spain, she could just fax herself.
Come on.
She said he should soak her head in vinegar so he could win the World Conquer Championship.
No, dump her in favour of a northern girl. At the Beckham's reconciliation dinner at Madrid's swanky Hotel Ritz, what was scattered around the dining room as they ate?
Prostitutes. In case he got bored.
Photographers?
No.
What's romantic?
I bet it was something like, flowers.
Yeah,
petals,
orchids, well done. When the Beckhams arrived at Elton John's Russian-themed party, what did Victoria say when she saw the Russian dancers in their Russian costumes?
Is that Chelsea's new away strip?
No, she said, oh, look, Spanish dancers. Okay. Another starter question for you. What are the names of David's two dogs? Be careful. Go on.
I think I know this.
Any ideas?
Puffy and Snoop.
Is the correct answer. Okay. Very good. Obviously, no idle moments in the modelling game, eh, Jodie? Right. Okay, at his first training session with Real Madrid, David Beckham was told off for not listening. What was he doing instead?
Was he listening to Teach Yourself English tapes on...
English. Spanish.
Oh, sorry.
You see?
So it was something to do with his, what is it, his tattoos?
Yes, he was inspecting his tattoos.
He's got Victoria in Sanskrit, isn't he?
No, that's...
But it's spelt wrong, I think.
Yeah, it actually means onion bhaji.
Who's Beckham been replaced by in Germany's new Vodafone ads?
Tinky Winky. Dipsy.
Schumacher?
Is a correct answer, well done. How did David describe Nelson Mandela's aura?
The great car.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing is the correct answer. Beckham was also amazed the first time he visited Japan, but how did he feel the second time?
Amazed her.
He was amazed the first time, the second time he was...
Flabbergasted.
Great.
No, you couldn't say. Great.
Astonished.
Astonished is the correct answer.
Oh.
He actually said he was astonished. The third time, I'm lost for words, is what he said. Beckham's fame is subsiding in Japan, but he's fast being caught up by Michael Owen, or as Naomi Kashima, a 30-year-old Tokyo secretary, put it, I only really know two English footballers, Beckham and the one who lost the money gambling. Okay, at the end of that round, Phil's team have 6 points and David's team have 8. Round 3 is the treble, where 3 sports personalities are linked with 3 objects. David's team, your subject for the treble is sporting inspirations. Have a look at this trio. Age-defying tennis queen, Martina Navratilova. Big-hitting ex-Alfie redneck, John Daly. And Arctic-conquering, call this a cold snap, polar walker, En Haddo. So they were all inspired by something, but David's team, which one was inspired by daffodils? Who was motivated by their former partners? And who was kept going by the thought of mangoes?
He's the guy that went to the North Pole, isn't he?
Yeah, En Haddo.
So maybe that's got something to do with the flowers, because it's all bleak and white and snowy and icy, and daffodils are kind of alive, aren't they? Yellow. I'm feeling it! I'm feeling it!
That's quite beautiful. What's the deal here? These people in the photographs here don't look like anything like the ones in the clip. The bloke we saw in the clip, you've got a picture of Pauline Quirk up there.
I think Martina and Daffodil, that's not particularly...
He's over there.
Her sort of flower,
No,
is it?
no, it's too girly.
Yeah, there's a flower called Old Man's Beard.
Mango's
Martina. Because it's just,
Why do you say that?
because it's just, I don't know. That's what I would imagine
It's an
would
educated
inspire
guess.
her.
Fruit and sugar and...
Well, it's just all kind of guessing,
And all
isn't it?
things,
It's not
yeah,
possible.
and healthy.
I think it's Daly with the partners.
Right, I think
because
Russell
I know
Pigeon
that
Road.
he's had lots of daffodils
And
on
it's
the
got to be
ice.
daffodils. Penn Hadder, but...
Is the correct answer for 3 points. Well done. Eventually. 4 times married John Daly claims he thinks of his ex-wives every time he wallets the golf ball. Penn Haddo was kept going on his polo walk by the thought of picking daffodils with his little boy, obviously before abandoning him for 6 months on another expedition. Martina Navratilova claims it was mangoes that inspired her comeback at the Australian Open this year. As she told the press conference, it's the mango season and they're my favourite fruit. Penn Haddo went on to organise the first all-woman expedition to the North Pole. Their husbands kept track of them via satellite to enable them to organise regular airdrops of ironing. The emergency radio channel was in constant use with urgent messages such as, "Darling, how do you open the dishwasher?" and "What sort of cheese do we normally have?" Martina now talks openly about her lesbianism and recently said that she'd like to become a mother, and no doubt she will as soon as they bring out the Slazenger turkey baster. Martina won 20 titles at Wimbledon, going right back to the 1970s. Imagine that, Henman. She was winning titles when you were still losing at swing ball to Big Ted. And he only had one eye. And that was a button. OK, Phil's team, your subject for the treble is sporting hobbies. Take a look at this. Deep-pocketed Siberian, Roman Abramovich. Off on the B of Bang sprinter, Linford Christie. And excitable will he won't he Celtic boss Martin O'Neill. But Phil's team, who has his own gardening column, which one collects antique razors, and who enjoys watching high-profile murder cases?
Linford can't possibly be into gardening, can he? Imagine how careful he'd have to be with the strimmer. It's an accident waiting to happen. Sportsmen, you used to have a strange hobby, didn't you, Phil? You used to play cricket. Martin O'Neill. He's Celtic bloke, isn't he?
Celtic manager.
Yeah.
That would be a good TV show. No one's saying that's a good idea I've come up with here. Everyone nowadays, everyone loves a cop who does something else, right? Amateur detectives. You've got Rosemary and Thyme, the gardeners who solve crimes, okay? How about a football manager who, as a part-time interest, solves murder cases and so on and so forth? And he could have any number of catchphrases like, "It's only half-time. We need to solve it before the full-time whistle blow." I thought you said...
Before the full-time whistle blow?
Call the series 1-0. Get it?
No.
Okay. The system could be Beckham, and the catchphrase could be "Wookum Beckham." She's a murder, all right. Celtic and wet. I'll solve it before half-time, so I will. She's nothing to be afraid of. She's just a serial killer. I've taken that Ferguson before. I shall take him again.
Mr. Bruno, you've got a roommate. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Come on.
All right. Okay, we had Catherine Merry on the show a couple of weeks ago. She told us Linford does like gardening, didn't she?
Yeah.
So we think that's got to be it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Gardening Linford. Big time. Who's this old fella with the long hair here?
He's the bloke who used to be on Crown Court.
Yeah, you've seen him before, Phil, definitely.
Let's have O'Neill and the murderers. What's that bloke? Roman Abramovich.
Yes,
Yeah.
Roman.
I reckon he's the razor collector.
It's correct for 3 points. Well done. Yeah. Yes, in fact, Chelsea's Roman Abramovich is an avid collector of antique razors and bayonets, although he's had to cut back recently as he's about to make his most expensive purchase yet, a Chelsea season ticket. Linford Christie is a keen gardener and had his own column in The Guardian. It's the most unlikely piece of journalism by a sportsman since Jonathan Edwards was the guest editor of Razzle. And former law student Martin O'Neill is fascinated with notorious murder cases. That's why he's been linked with the Spurs job. Until this Saturday, they were getting murdered every week. Roman Abramovich still faces a number of challenges at Chelsea, winning the Premiership, winning the Champions League, and the biggest challenge of all, making Ken Bates' death look like an accident. One of the questions sent into Linford Christie's gardening column came from a Mr. P. Tufnell of No Fixed Abode. I won't go into the question, but Linford's answer was, for a larger crop, use a stronger light bulb. Martin O'Neill says that if he hadn't been a football manager, he'd have been a criminal lawyer. Well, these days, Martin, it pays to be both. And at the end of that round, Phil's team have 9 points and David's team have 11. It's time now for the Blindfolds as we play Feel The Sportsman. Now, our team captains have gallantly offered to make way for our guests this week, so Rory and Jodie, if you'd like to make the way out the middle. Take your blindfold with you, Jodie, please. Always sensible when near Rory. You look very smart, Rory.
Thank you, Nick. You so do you.
Bit of a teacher on school trip, don't you think? This is my casual gear, actually. OK, blindfolds on. Can we have our first mystery guest, please? OK, and your time starts now.
Now, this could be one of your catwalk colleagues, Jodie. Let's have a... Always go... Where are you, Jodie? Do you need a hand? Just down here. Oh, my God! What was... That's very impressive. Don't put your hands anywhere down here, Jodie, just in case your boyfriend's watching.
Now, that is impressive.
My God!
What is that?
Jeez, what's... It's a... It's holding a stick-like thing.
It smells very familiar.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh, dear.
What do you think?
I think I know.
Who do you think it is?
I think it's my boyfriend.
Well done, Jodie. You've spotted your own boyfriend. Tarquin Southwell.
Sorry. I can't help but think we're at a disadvantage here.
Yeah, but to be fair, she did spot him just by smelling him. OK, Jonathan and Kirsty, if you'd like to take your positions.
Come up, my lovely Kirsty. Oh. Yeah. I admire the fact you managed to get to that without saying you were feeling a little hoarse at any stage, right?
Can we have our second mystery guest, please? Good Lord! It's like being in Phil's dressing room. OK, and your time starts now.
It's freezing. God! Did someone leave the door open on David's cryogenic chamber again? What's all this? Are we in the Blue Peter studio by mistake?
Bondage gear.
Is it? You haven't got what I asked for finally. It's not Fern Gritton and a Basque, is it? Christmas has come early for one lucky boy. Is it Colin Montgomery?
With skis.
No, hold on. What's going on down there? There's something over here. What is it? Is it a dinghy?
Can't
Kirsty, get down here. I want to try something. Is it a boat? Or sledge?
Yeah.
Is it Percy Sledge? Hold it, what's it, Pen Haddow?
Pen Haddow's a great answer, well done.
Pen, how are you? Nice to meet you. You got a body in there?
At the end of that round, Phil's team have 12 points and David's team have 14. Okay, we finish with the name game. The team in the lead goes first, which is David's team. Okay, as many names as you can in 90 seconds. Jodie, pass this to Rory, please. And your time starts now.
He's an old silver-haired manager. He used to be manager of England, you know. Manager of the Magpies.
Keegan. Keegan.
No, the manager of the Magpies. Who are the Magpies?
Keegan's your manager!
Used to be.
That's right, yeah. Ex-Blackburn manager, Alex number 2. Same surname as you, Jodie.
Kidd. Brian Kidd.
Brian.
Very good. Well, that's why you look in my eyes.
Get them out, baby.
I was going to say the same thing.
Come on.
Race top horse trainer. Surname sort of thing that Martina would smoke.
Marty Pye, well done.
Yeah, very good. Islamic snooker player.
Ernie Else.
This is a 3-day eventer. Second name is what you put in your mouth when
funnel.
Well remembered. The funnel, very good. This is an American golfer whose second name is the same as a famous hotel, the something Astoria, where they made the famous something salad.
Caesar.
The vampire slayer, what's she called?
Buffy.
But sounds a bit like that, his first name.
Duffy.
Yeah, but a little more earlier on in the alphabet.
Duffy,
the famous golfer. Duffy Caesar salad. I'll get there.
Oh, dear. Your manager's called Kevin Keegan. 8 will win it for you. 8.
Quite a lot. All right, hold on.
Time starts.
Hold on.
Now.
Brilliant footballer. He's got an injury. We hope he gets better to play against Turkey. David
Michael Owen.
Michael Owen, David. Okay, it's your dad.
Ernie Gallacher.
There you go. All right. This bloke, when the show started, he was the manager of Leeds. I don't know if he still is.
Peter Reid.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, man. First name is, remember the ABBA song? Can you see the stars?
Fernando.
That's it. And the second name is, a past tense of one is...
Ran.
And Afghan used to say, you stupid scout.
Twat.
Run, twat,
Fernando Ranieri.
No, what's another word for the area there? That's your, and that's your...
Aerial.
That's your,
Chest.
your tit.
Tit.
It sounds like that.
Fernando.
Tit.
It's Wanjit! All right. This bloke plays for Celtic, I think. First name is like mine, but shorter. Bit common.
John.
Okay. Second name is...
Harston.
Yeah, well done you. Well, you know your stuff. This is what... If a common pirate made you leave the ship, he would make you walk...
Plank.
The plank, that's right.
The plank.
John the Plank. Oh my God.
It's the same, a little dog. There's a little dog that's like this. There's a little dog. Someone of the Antarctic.
Spaniel.
Someone of the Antarctic. Who went off to the Antarctic?
Little cock. Pepe.
Pepe of the Antarctic. Pepe of the bloody Antarctic. No Pepe has ever set bloody foot near the Antarctic. The Spanish don't go cold places.
Isn't it John the Plank?
No, it's Scots.
Scott.
Well done. Correct. Yes. Okay.
You know, I feel sorry for you. I was there this week. I feel sorry for you. So Phil's team have 16, but this week's winner is David's team with 19. So thanks to David, Rory and Jodie, Phil, Jonathan and Kirsty. My name's Nick Hancock. They think it's all over. It is now.
Football and drugs tests. The 10 o'clock news reports on the row over Rio Ferdinand, next on BBC One. A new admirer for Natalie, and she's tempted. Comedy with the Crouches after that at 10:35.